What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Abe. This is EVE Online, and we are going through the combat's career path with a brand new Minotaur character. So we've got the ship that we've got. It's what everybody starts with. It's just like the weakest Corvette that you'll be able to fly. And we're just going to do 2A now. So we just opened up. We went in here. We redeemed our items. We don't have any right now because we already redeemed them. The game gave us a couple skills. We've got those working right now. We've got 45 to 50 minutes before we're going to know how to use both of those items. And that's 45 to 50 minutes of real time. Something to keep in mind. So 2A, we'll just activate that. And while our skills train in real time, so I can hit here to undock, or there's behind it on the right side of your screen, there'll be a big set of chevrons or arrows. And if you click those, it'll undock you as well. Spits you out into space outside your station, and if we click here again, we'll just warp to the area. Now, the interesting thing and the nice part about this combat career path as opposed to these career agents is you can activate it and do it anywhere. No matter how far into the game you are, whether it's you just started, and I think you probably have to wait until you're through that initial little opening sequence. But outside of that, it doesn't matter where in space you are. You could be in Amar space, Minmatar space, you could be out in Nullsec, doesn't matter. They'll create the missions for you in your location. So, all right, let's see our little ship there. There we go. There it is. All right, destroy this wave of enemies and any subsequent waves to complete this task. So this may sound familiar, because this is what we've been doing all along, and we'll just keep doing it. So I hold down control, I left click on the enemy, I target it, and I orbit it. Gets me in close. I've got my orbit because I got my orbit set to 500 meters, which is as short as you can get because my optimal range is 825. And because I'm going as fast as I am, I probably will not be able to keep a 500 radius from the ship that I'm attacking. Just because I can't turn that sharply. So, all right, I'll activate my weapon with F1. You can also just left click on it here, which you probably already know how to do. And you just slowly whittle down your enemy. We're through their shields, we're into their armor, and we'll destroy them pretty quickly here. So most of these are very similar. You know, warp to an area, kill a few things, you're done with the mission. It's pretty simple. But pay attention to what they're trying to tell you. So this one is all about range and fall off. So learning more and more about orbiting, there's a keep at range ability. So if I want to set this to precisely my optimal range, I can hit that instead of orbit. Now, that's another choice. What that does mean, though, is that I will not be turning around my target so much as just trying to keep them at a given distance. And so that can be dangerous if part of your defense is moving quickly enough that your target can't hit you with their guns. Guns have a speed at which they track, and the larger the gun, the slower it tracks, which makes sense. And so one way to be defensive is to move so quickly that nothing can actually target you or track you. So if you hover over your gun, there will be a tracking. See how it says turret tracking at the bottom, 715? So that tells you how quickly your guns track. And then additionally, there is, if you have your let's see. No, we'll just decrease that. If you have your overview set in a way that you can see angular velocity and transverse velocity, I think I must have set this up at some point. you can then, there's a lot of math and complicated things that you can do to calculate to figure out the optimal, I don't know, when you're going to be most effective against your enemy, and how to avoid their weaponry if you have a decent idea of sort of the size of the weapons that they're working with. Don't worry about that right now. It's far more complicated than you need to get into at this stage in the game, but just know that as you orbit enemies, or as you circle them, or as you do anything other than fly directly at them, you will be harder for them to hit. Missiles are the exception, and like I said previously, there are exceptions to every rule here, but in general, speed helps. Speed and rotation and that sort of thing, and that's basically what they're trying to teach you. Is you've got weapons that have certain capabilities, certain ranges that they're effective at, and you want to make sure that you keep that in mind as you fight and destroy things. So it's me and my tiny little ship banking around. Now, from the looks of things, if you really wanted to just rush through these, you could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and you wouldn't need to do A and B. But I'm pretty thorough when I do these things, so I do everything that I can. Plus, you get rewarded for it, so it's not, as of right now, I've made. It tells you when you've gotten, bounties, payoffs from the bounties, as opposed to, payoff from the actual mission itself. So they've been paying $50,000 per mission, and that's not bad. And then these bounties are really where the money's at. So I've made $200,000 in bounties alone so far, and $100,000 in sort of missions. So I think that's it for this mission. See, it shows we got another 50K there, and it showed up in our wallet. In the next video, it'll probably be more of the same, and they may end up rewarding us with something different. So check it out, and then after that, we'll get into part 3. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hit me up with whatever questions and comments you have. No stupid question is truly stupid unless, I don't know, you have to ask it like 6 or 7 times. But hit me up with your questions. I'm happy to answer them. If I can't answer them, I'm also happy to make a video that will try to do so better than like a comment might allow. So there you go. Let me know how I can help. All right, I'll catch you later.